Okay, we're back and better than ever. It's part 2 of ifs and while loops. Alrighty, it's been a while. I keep making the same dad jokes. I'm not gonna stop. So just so you know. All right, so I've got a few things set up. Number one, got a little Mockingbird program here. Little Mockingbird. Basically, we're going to repeat what the other person says. So let's walk through here. This is print. Welcome to Mockingbird. Prompt type quit to end. Very important. If you put users in a loop, an input loop of some sort, that you tell them how to get out. Nobody wants to be stuck in a maze guessing. It'd be very bad. So always tell them how to get out, and you might need to repeatedly tell them how to get out. I kind of didn't on this one. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and run this here, and you'll see, run. It says, welcome to Mockingbird, type quit to end. And then I'm just going to type input. I did a very bad job of letting the user know what this is, but I think Mockingbird should be a hint. So I'm just going to say hello. And it says hello back. Type quit to end. Are you there? Are you there? So yeah, they got a little echo thing going on here. And then when I decide that I've had enough, that doesn't work either. I got to put quit. Type quit, and it ends. Okay. So what's happening here is I've got a while message is not equal to quit. Remember that not equal to thing we talked about it in the last one. This is where it becomes really, really important. If I give them an exit, I have to tell them what the exit is, and then when that exit when they've taken that exit, I end my loop. Okay. So if message is equal to quit, then if the message is not equal to quit, print the message. So I needed to print my message. I took the input prompt and printed the message. Sometimes, and this is why I have an extra if in here. Sometimes, if it doesn't loop back around yet, they can put quit, but I'm already into the loop, and so it doesn't register it until one more kind of go around a little bit, just because of how it started. And it can be really frustrating for users to have to put quit in there twice. They get real frustrated. Once upon a time I did that to myself. So it's a thing that happens. So I just have this second if message is not equal to quit, then print the message. If it's not equal to print, it doesn't do it. If I put quit in here, it's not gonna, I don't want it to tell me quit. I don't want it to repeat back quit. That would be annoying. So this just prevents that message, the last message when they type in quit, from ever showing up. So, but what we've done here is we've got a while this value is not equal to this, continue to do this thing, right? It was really handy for games. Tic-tac-toe. Until they say quit, keep running a new tic-tac-toe, because one tic-tac-toe game is not very interesting. One rock, paper, scissors, not that interesting. While they haven't put in quit or stop or end, whatever you make the exit, as long as that hasn't come up yet, it continued to do it. That games are one of the really big applications for while loops like this. Also, just any kind of like calculators. If you're making a calculator and typing things in, you want a while loop until they tell you to stop. Like keep adding things together or doing stuff. Keep in this loop. Keep doing this thing. A while loop can be like part of the larger outer structure of everything else that's going on inside. There are lots of if-thens inside of it, and just a while loop continues to do it. Okay, real powerful tool. Another basic use, and I can get rid of all the little Mockingbird thing here. Another basic use of a while loop is. So x equals 0 while x is less than 20. Print x. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to print the value. Got to give myself an exit. How do I get out of this? While x is less than 20, it will continue to print x. If I don't add something to x, I'm stuck in here forever. It can happen. Infinite loops are a thing. You want to see it? Let's go. There you go. It's still printing. It's going to keep going until Replit says this seems to be stuck in a loop. right? So I want to stop that program and say x equals x plus 1. So the first time I run it, x is equal to 0, print 0. Next time, x will be equal to 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then eventually we get to 20 and we're done. Okay? So, and there we go. Right? Starts at 0, and because the print statement happens in this order, we actually never hit our 20. All right? So we do less than or equal to 20, and that'll get us to our 20. There you go. There's 20. From 0 to 20. Right? Look pretty cool. So that's a simple way. I can just do a while loop like that to do accounting if I know I want to do something 20 times. Or I can let the user input the value of whatever it is. So I could put a... so num equals integer, and this is typecasting. I need this to be a number, and inputs are by default strings. So I need this to be a number. So integer input, input, there we go, and enter a number. Okay, and it will turn that number they type into an integer, and then that, well, it's less than num, and then we'll count up to num, right? So when I run this, it's going to say enter a number. Let's do it 5. Enter, counts to 5. Done. Simple, easy, no big deal. Okay, run it again. Let's say I want to go to 100. Actually, I just typed 1,000. And there we go. Counts pretty quick. All right, computers are fast. All right, so something like that, pretty easy. Okay, that's another type of a while loop. So while I control all the pieces and parts of that, right? That's a pretty easy thing. I could also do like a for loop in the same way to count it up. No big deal. Okay, another way that gets out of this, that you can get out of these things, is a break. All right, so let me give you another scenario here. So we're going to put our prompt in here. While loops have a tendency to, you kind of need two inputs. There's an input in the loop, and then there's sometimes there's an input or something, a variable to get into the loop. So you have visited. Oops, visited. There we go. Name cities you have visited. Okay, that's my prompt. Okay. /n new line. Enter type quit to end. All right. Okay, so got my little prompt here. All right, so while true. Okay, oops, capitalized. Okay, while true. So while true, this will go. City equals input prompt. All right, so I'm just going to take the value of prompt, which is a variable, holds my string. Okay, and I'm going to link. That's going to put the prompt up. That says name cities you have visited. Type Q to quit. City equals that input, right? If city is equal to quit. Okay, if it is equal to quit, then break. Break means we're done. Get out, we're done. Leave the whole thing. Leave it. We're out of here. Okay, that's what break means. Okay, so else. So what other situation we want to do? Print. Oops, sorry. Else print, and we're going to do an F string because they're giving us a thing here. So I have been to curly brace city. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, all right. Name cities you have visited. Type quit to end. By the way, need to make sure put that on a new line. Hate when I do that. This is why F. Yeah. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. So name cities you visited. Okay. So I've visited Dayton. Okay. I've been to Dayton. Name cities you visited. Type quit the end. I've been to Columbus. Been to Columbus. All right. Do I quit? I've been to Akron. I was in Akron. Starting to run out of cities I'd like to name. A lot of little small burgs here and there, but I think I'm done. So I'm going to type quit. And we're done. Okay. So it is. It said if city is equal to quit, break out of that loop, and we're done. Okay. Now let me just test this here. So I've been to Dayton. Okay. What if I type quit? I've been to quit. I have. Oops. And this is where it is important when you do these, if city dot lower is quit. Okay, let's run that again. Dayton. I've been to Dayton. Name the cities you've been to. Type it in all caps. Quit. I still quit. Don't forget, when you're asking users to input things, never forget they might capitalize. You know, make sure you account for that, especially in a loop like this. Let them out of the loop, for crying out loud. All right. So we can use break. Well, that's basically we did an infinite loop by mistake. We want to try to avoid doing that. Oh, here's one. Let's make a list. So we can do this stuff with lists too. So I'm going to make a list up here. Let's get rid of my prompt. So we'll do animals equals. All right. So cat. I'm cataloging the animals that I see next door. So cat, dog, and another cat. All right. Then a dog. Then another cat. You guys know how cats are, right? They have a tendency to kind of, and then, you know what? There's another cat. They had a horse. Horse. Oops. Don't forget to put it in quotes. It's text. Horse. Okay. Got a horse. Another cat. Another cat. Lots of cats. All right. A lot of cats over there. All right. So what I want to do here is I want to go through this. We'll go through this list. And we'll just print animals. All right. So just go ahead and run it. So you can see it. Yep, there it is. Everything's in there. So too many cats. Too many cats. Right. So while. So we're gonna make a while loop. While cat in pets. Remember that in thing? We've already messed with in a few times already. So if there's a cat in pets, right? Oh, sorry, pets. Why did I say pets? Animals. Sorry. I got a horse. Horses are not pets. They're farm animals. All right. The while cat is in animals, then animals dot remove. Have I mentioned the remove yet? New list thing you might want to take note of. If I want to remove it, I can remove cat. Okay. So then it'll remove, it'll go through the list and say, oh, I found a cat. Take it out. Go through the list again. Oh, found a cat. Take it out. All the way until we're out of cats. So there's no cats in America. Okay. And then I will print animals. Oops. Animals. There we go. And we'll see that our cats are gone. So let's find out. So we start. Ooh, look at that. You see, the problem is it happens so fast that you kind of miss it. So cat, dog, cat, horse, cat. And we're left with dog, horse. All the cats are gone because there's no cats in America. And if you don't get that Fievel if you don't get that Fievel the mouse American Tail reference, we can't be friends. Okay. While loops in a nutshell right there. There's a couple other things that we can do. There's flags. Continue. You can kind of mess with those down the road when we get closer to needing it. So for right now, the basic gist of a while loop. It runs while something is true or while something is false. Cool tool. Lots of stuff. And you've got things to do in the classroom. You've got projects, and you need to use a while loop or an if or both on them all. And remember, whiles are really handy in games where somebody is doing something until they quit. So don't forget that. All right.